it would be not very pleasing to the eye, Anna Grace, if we had something that we had the Parthenon and we had 3 columns over here, and then we had maybe 2 over here, and maybe 5 over here. It wouldn't have that sense of order, that sense of what is pleasing to the eye. And we talked about Greek architecture, and we talked about today. Do we find Greek architecture in some of the architecture today?
Yeah.
Do we? Give me an example. Where did the Greek architecture, was it passed down to? What are some things we can find today that is taken off from the same type of design in their columns and the way they put things together? Gabriel? The Capitol building in Washington, D.C., which used the Corinthian-style columns. How about in Fairport, New York? Ryan?
I was gonna say in Canandaigua, the townhouse building, it has the Ionic.
The Ionic style columns. Anna?
In my house on the front door, they have Ionic, and I've seen the Corinthian doors.
So we see the beauty of 2,000 years of what the Greeks invented, right? The Greeks who came up with these wonderful designs we find today wherever we are. We find them in Fairport, we find them in Washington, we find them in Canandaigua. Michael?
Actually, the two things I wanted to share. The time period of Greece was over 2,300 years ago, and there's some columns outside and a wall that looked a lot kind of like the Corinthians.
Yeah, things have changed and developed too, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because we said that the Parthenon was what style, Matthew? What style column was the Parthenon? Doric. Yeah, Doric was very simple, right? And then after the Doric style, they came up with what style, Gabriel? Ionic, right? Which had the scroll-like top. And then, Gavin, there weren't a lot of these columns found in ancient Greece, but they certainly were found in the Roman Empire. And we do find some in ancient Greece, but not as many as the Ionic and the Doric. Anna?
The Corinthian one.
The Corinthian.
It was leafy.
Yeah, it had leafy. It was more intricate, right? Much more design on top. Boys and girls, Greek architecture flourished during the classical period of Greece. What else? You said reading, writing. Who did we just finish reading about? Who did we just finish writing? Caroline?
Eratosthenes.
Yeah, Eratosthenes, right? Can we all say that?
Eratosthenes.
Tell me something about Eratosthenes. He was born. Who could come up and point out on the map where he was born? Michael, would you like to point it out? And then we'll put our stick. Very good, Michael. Okay, let's sit back. Michael's pointing right over. Oh, wait, not exactly. Move it over one. Right over here, yeah. What today is known as Libya. Can everybody sit crisscross applesauce? And then we can come up and look closer later. I'm going to point with my stick so you can take a look. Over here in Africa, in what is today Libya, it was the place of the birth of Eratosthenes. And did he stay there? No, but there's something we learned about him as a very young boy. He was filled with what? What was he filled with? Something that we at St. John Bosco School are filled with. Paul? Wonder. And we talked about him being filled with wonder and Anna Grace. Wonder and Jack. Do you know wonder and? He was very. Anna? He asked lots of questions, didn't he? He was filled with wonder and curiosity. And he asked question after question after question. Is it good to ask questions?
Yes.
Absolutely. And as a very young boy, he was filled with wonder. He went to school when he was living in Africa. Where? Where?
Gymnasium.
gymnasium. And what did the young boys do in the gymnasium? What did they do, Taylor, in the gymnasium? What did they work on? They worked on their Jack? Yeah, their mind and their Anna? Yeah, because that's working on the mind, right? So they exercise the mind and they exercise the mind and the body, right? They exercise the mind and the body. Anna Grace, turn around. Crisscross. They exercise the mind and the body. So Eratosthenes exercised his mind and his body at the gymnasium. Did he stay in Africa forever?
No.
And it was Cyrene, where he actually where he grew up. Michael.
He went into Athens and then
Yes. Yes, he went to Athens. What did he do when he went to Athens?